Hi, I'm Graham Blackburn, and this is Traditional Woodworking by Hand. And today's episode, I think you're going to find pretty edgy. In a lot of today's woodworking, especially in shops where people use a lot of machines, stuff tends to be pretty straight and square. But if you look back in history, you'll find that a lot of furniture, a lot of building, a lot of woodwork was curved. Now, if you're a modern woodworker and you make straight pieces of wood like this, one of the things that typically happens is that you make really square edges. Now, there's nothing wrong with square edges, except that if this were, say, the frame of a door or the top of a box or the edge of a chest or something, the fact that you've got a really sharp edge can be a little disadvantageous in two ways. Firstly, it itself is vulnerable to being damaged. And secondly, if, as I said before, it were the frame of a door, you might actually hurt yourself if you bumped into a square edge. So to avoid that, we typically put bevels or chamfers on exposed corners. What we're going to be talking about today is the difference between a bevel and a chamfer. And then I'm going to show you some of the ways that you can make those things. The main difference is that chamfer, which originally derives from the French word chamfrer, which comes originally from the Latin cantus frangere, which means to break the edge. A chamfer is where you bevel the edge of the wood, but in a very particular fashion. You bevel it so that as much as you bevel it on one edge, you bevel it on the other edge. That means if we're talking about a right angle, then you're making a 45-degree angle. If you simply make a slope on one side that's not equal on both sides, then that strictly is a bevel. So there's a difference between a bevel, which is just a broken edge, a slanted edge, and a chamfer, where the edges extend equally on both sides of what was the original corner, even if the edge here wasn't a perfect right angle. So we're talking today about chamfers. How do we make a chamfer? Well, there are lots of ways. The simplest way is, if you're careful enough to mark it, you take a marking gauge and you set it to whatever. You make a mark here and you make a mark here. Now we have two lines that are equal distance from the corner. And the simplest way to achieve that is to put a regular plane. In this case, I'm using a block plane, but I could be using a jointer or a jack plane or anything else. And I plane until I get down to those two lines. Then I will have removed exactly the same amount of wood from the top as I removed from the side. That's the simple, halfway decent way of doing it. And you can check it, by the way, by using a miter gauge. If you've done that correctly, then when you put the miter gauge on, this will in fact be a perfect 45-degree miter. A little more sophisticated than a regular bench plane, smooth plane, jack plane, or whatever, is something that looks like a molding plane, which in fact this was originally, but one that has a fence put on against a 45-degree angle. Now, assuming that we've done what I suggested in the first place, and with our marking gauge, we've marked off the limits equally on both surfaces of the corner, we can use this plane to make a miter. I think you can see how this works. Takes a few strokes, but simply by holding the fence close to the wood, sooner or later we will end up with a nice mitre. Okay, I don't think we need to continue, but you can see how that's at 45 degrees and it's the same distance down from the edge as it is across from the edge, making it a chamfer rather than just a bevel. A third device, even more sophisticated than the adjusted molding plane, is a dedicated chamfer plane. And if you look at this, you'll see that its sole is in fact at 45 degrees. And because of this box here, it has an adjustable bottom so that when you use this, holding one of the sides against one of the faces of the workpiece, when this rides against the wood, you'll have another perfect chamfer. So let's try this. I don't think we need to continue all the way down, but you can see how this is making a perfect 45-degree chamfer. All of that is very good if you're dealing with straight edges. But as I said before, a lot of woodworking, especially a lot of old woodworking, deals with curved surfaces. So how would you put a chamfer on a curved surface? Well, you could do two things. You could do what bodgers used to do, and bodger, by the way, was the name given to people who made chairs. And they typically worked to shave horses outside, and one of their favorite tools was a broad knife. And they could get pretty good at using a broad knife to not only make a chamfer on a straight piece of wood, but they could also do the same thing using a chamfer on a round piece of wood. Here's a short section here. Remembering that when you're using a sharp edge on a curved piece of wood, it's best to go with the grain. They could use the broad knife like this, but there's an even better device, and that looks a little like a spoke shave, but it has a rounded sole and it has two adjustable wings. You loosen these screws and this defines the size of the actual bevel. So I would use this. I could pull or I could push, but I could put it on the wood like this, and I could come down, and this will give me a really nice bevel on a curved piece of wood. So there you have 3 or 4 different ways of making a chamfer. But before we finish, I just want to stress again the fact that a chamfer, strictly speaking, is a broken edge that extends the same distance down as it does across. If all you're doing is simply breaking the corner unevenly, then that's strictly a bevel. Now, for more details about that, I have an entire chapter in one of the quite a few books that I've written, and this one is called, I opened it at the wrong place, Chamfering Devices. And here you can see an explanation of the difference between a chamfer and a bevel, and you can also see the different ways that chamfers can be ended. They can be stopped or they can run through. You can see the little chamfer plane, and there are various varieties of that, plus a whole bunch of more interesting things. So this is available from my website. More information on this and other related subjects you can get if you watch and you hit the subscribe button. Hope you enjoyed that, and go off and break an egg.